So we are back for I think this is our fourth weekly sports roundup, a month's worth of weekly sports roundup. It's been a great month, and we're only just beginning. And we're going to talk about this week in sport. We'll start off with, of course, as always, the World Cup. No, I don't know how many of you stayed up to watch this match, but it was a great match. It was 2 a.m. kickoff, obviously, so not the nicest timings for people, but surely you should have stayed up for it because it was a great match. And anyone who didn't stay up, quite frankly, I think you're a moron. To be perfectly honest, you missed out on one of the best matches I've ever seen England play in. And quite honestly, it's given me belief that it's coming home. Get your buckets of Vindaloo. We can sit drinking our tequila and fajitas tonight as we drink up the tears of Mexican fans. Because quite honestly, the amount of media were building up to be one of the hardest games you ever played, supposedly. I don't think it was that hard. I mean, I think at the end of the day, we were never losing, and we were only after Bellingham's first goal, we were only winning for the rest of the entirety of the rest of the match, which I think is massive for us. Considering the odds were supposed to be against us, you know, 70,000 Mexican fans, 15,000 England fans. Quite frankly, I think that's massive for us, and we should be very, very proud of ourselves. And a great performance from the lads. And as I say, anyone who didn't stay up for that, you are stupid, because quite frankly, you missed out on a lot. I think the next point we need to talk about now is the Belgium-USA match, which has caused controversy after Trump phoned up FIFA to get the following Balogun, I think his name is, I don't know, penalty overturned. It's just dodgy, isn't it? I mean, I'm not going to get any all political here, but I do think it's a bit dodgy. I think the World Cup is going in a different direction. Quite honestly, football is going in a direction where it's becoming pay to win. You win based on how much you pay. That's how the Premier League is these days. It's how any major competition is, and why teams like PSG dominating their leagues simply because they've got loads of money. And the USA are proving it here that just because they've got all the power, all the money, that they think they should just win it all, which is wrong. No, absolutely not. Because it's a shame. Because I don't want to go against USA because they've got Poch in charge, and as a Spurs fan, I absolutely love that man. I would do anything for him. He is Jesus to me. I religiously follow him. Now, despite it, I do still think Belgium are going to absolutely destroy the USA. We've already seen Canada and Mexico go out. I think it's time. I think USA are going to complete the hat trick of knockouts for the hosts. Because quite honestly, I think Belgium aren't great, but I think they're good enough to beat them. Okay, the next point I think we need to talk about is Norway shocking Brazil to reach the quarterfinals for the first time in their history. It's a terrible shame for Brazil, and for me, because I had Brazil winning the tournament and have been saying it for weeks. Do you know what? It's been coming for a while. I feel like they've started to look more and more like they were going to get knocked out at some point soon, and Norway have gone and done that for them. Massive win for Norway, of course. As I say, getting to quarterfinals for the first time in their history. They're going to be happy, and we're playing them. They're playing us on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday at 10 p.m. Huge game for us Saturday, as Norway will be playing us in the quarterfinals, and that's going to be a cracking game. After our performance last night and after Norway's performance against Brazil, it's going to be a fantastic quarterfinal, and I would recommend anybody to watch it, even the neutrals. I would highly recommend keeping your eyes on that because it's going to be a belter of a match. I'm absolutely buzzing for it. 10 p.m. Saturday, be there. I think it's probably time we move on to other news. The next big tournament this weekend was the Rugby Nations Championship, which kicked off. I didn't know this was a thing until recently, and suddenly I saw it was on. And I do think it's a great idea. You know, it's the top. I think it's about 16 teams in it. So it's teams like England. So you've got the home nations all playing in it. You've got the Springboks. You've got the All Blacks. You've got the Wallabies. You've got Argentina. You've got Fiji. All the big rugby teams all in one little tournament. 12 teams in it, not 16. So they play 6 games each. Each play 3 games in the northern hemisphere, and 3 in the southern hemisphere. The first round is in the southern hemisphere, so that's the South America, so Argentina, Australia, and New Zealand, Fiji, and then they'll head back up north to play around the UK, in France, in Italy. All those countries will be hosting. And England sadly didn't get off to the best of starts. We were destroyed by the Springboks. And it was a shame because we were all for that first half. Suddenly scored 2 tries in the space of about 5 minutes, and it looked like we were going to get back into it. And then it just all went to crap. Just as soon in that second half, and we ended up losing about 45-21. I think it was in the end. But yeah, we were demolished. It was a terrible loss for us, and a tough defeat. And of course, however, I think that's all I can really say about the rugby. I think I will try and get more facts on that because I don't really know too much about it yet. I want to know. I'm going to try and learn more about it. I'm going to try and watch more games because it's going to be interesting to see all those big teams playing against each other pretty much every Saturday next week and the week after, and then again in November. That's going to be fun to watch. Now, of course, the final point we need to make is the major tennis tournament, the biggest tennis tournament in the world currently going on. It's Wimbledon. And there was a big shock the other day as Sabalenka, the women's number 1, I think she is, was knocked out, to the surprise of everyone. I think it's a surprise for me because it now means that I don't really know anyone left in the tournament. As Serena Williams was also knocked out, she made a shock return this year and was supposed to play in a doubles with her sister Venus Williams, but they announced the other day that they would pull out. Serena said in her interview that she wanted to have fun. She didn't care about winning. She's won enough to not need to worry about winning. And do you know what? I think that's where any player should aim to be in their career. I think that's how players should live their career. People spend so much time wanting to win and having the drive to win, which makes players arrogant. And the amount of sportsmen who are now arrogant because they just believe they just need to win the entire time. I genuinely believe players should just go out. If you're not enjoying playing the sport, what's the point in doing it? Eric Cantona gave up on football so young because he just lost interest in sport. He could have played on for years because he was easily good enough, but he just didn't want to. And that's why players should play. Do it for the love of the sport, not for the love of beating people and for the love of being the best. Predictions for that. We've got the finals coming up this weekend. I'm going Djokovic to win the men's. I'm not sure who's in the women's, but I imagine there is an outright favourite. I'll have a look at those odds, and we will talk about the finals next week. World Cup quarterfinals this weekend as well, and the second round of the Rugby Nations Championship. So a pretty good weekend. Coming up the weekend after that, though, we've got the World Match Play, and absolutely kicks off one of the biggest darts tournaments of the year, and where all the best of the best battle it out for what essentially looks like the FA Cup trophy, but it is a darts trophy. There is some difference. I don't know what it is, but there is some difference. Now, of course, that weekend we also have the Open, an absolutely gigantic tournament, and certainly one to look out for. Very excited for that. Cannot wait to watch that. You've got players like McIlroy, Scheffler, all the best of the best battling it out for the tournament, which is just going to be so much fun to watch, and I'm personally stoked for it. It's going to be insane. It's going to be a great tournament. That and the Darts World Match Play are going to be so much fun. I think quite literally will be a battle of the best of the best. So 2 fantastic weekends coming up the week after next. But ultimately, thank you for listening. I will be back very soon next week with the 5th weekly roundup. possibly maybe some posts coming up very soon with the build up to the beginning of the Championship and Premier League seasons. I will eventually very soon be starting up to do filming out my predictions for the Championship with transfers now coming through. So look out for that. That's going to be that I can't wait to do. Big few weeks coming up. World Cup final, of course, I didn't mention. That's coming up in a few weeks. So look out for it. Thank you lot, and I will see you lot next week.